In this episode of Puzzle Time, we have the brand new puzzle that we just recently named called the Swift Shift. And that is thanks to our viewer, Wes Prickett. Swift Shift, check it out in this episode of Puzzle Time. Welcome to episode 112 of Puzzle Time. In this episode of Puzzle Time, we have two puzzles for you guys. First, we're going to start with a pelican puzzle from one of my favorite designers. This is Dr. Volker Letusik. Now, Dr. Volker Letusik does a lot of puzzles with pelican, and this is a pelican puzzle. It's called the Tutu, and it's a level 8. So this comes with, obviously, with 4 pieces. And here's the name, right? Tutu is how you get it. So yeah, 4 pieces, and they look, these are exactly the same size and shape, obviously. Yeah. They are. So yeah, the trick is to pack these all in there so they don't...
I was playing around with it. I only got to like 3 pieces every single
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the thing. 3 pieces will be easy. So the box is what, a 3x2x2? No, 3x3x2.
Yeah.
So how much space are you going to have inside there? So how much empty space, I guess, is what I want to ask.
So then, you can make the shape outside, right?
Is it going to be completely filled? It's going to be completely filled. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be a solid, wow. I expected there was going to be some dead space in this one. Okay, well, this is a level 8 on the Puzzle Master difficulty rating scale. Again, our scale runs from 5 to 10. So this is going to be on the more difficult side.
So if you can get the pieces in like this somehow, they can, I don't know.
Oh, you've got it like packed outside the...
Yeah.
See, that's definitely what I would try to do on this, is try to pack it outside.
It's not going to be that basic.
No, it's definitely, well, probably not. Do you think there'll be movement inside the box much on this?
I feel like there has to be some movement, but...
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, I don't know if you can do a lot other than what you're saying here, kind of like putting it in and then like laying it down. Can you do it the other way? Is it just unit the one direction?
You can do it like in both directions, right? If you put the piece in this way or this way.
Yeah, you can. You can flip. You can definitely flip both. So I mean, I would suspect that flip is going to be part of some of the early movements, is where you're putting it in and then rotating it. Also, you'll notice the pieces have a really cool look to them. I like this. This is that Zebrano, which we've seen in a fair amount of pelican puzzles. I really like the look of this wood. And then the box itself is made out of American walnut. Cool. I like this puzzle. Level 8 on the Puzzle Master difficulty rating scale by Dr. Volker Letusik from Pelican. Pelican makes some just phenomenal wooden puzzles. We talk about that over and over again on here, but yeah, if you haven't tried Pelican, do that. This Tutu has been very popular for sure here at Puzzle Master. Yeah, so like if you're gonna get this puzzle, get it soon, because it's been flying off the shelves for sure. Been very popular, of the most popular of the newest Pelican release. I think there's how many did we get in? 4, 6 of them in this latest release from Pelican.
I'm not sure.
There was a bunch of different puzzles. We have a few more here. We've actually got a couple here. You can see there's the Den Cube and the Serpentarium. Cool. Awesome sounding names. We'll shoot those maybe next episode, give you guys a little bit more of a view on what those look like. But let's move on to our second puzzle, and it's the one we talked about last week, Swift Shift. It's a level 10. You may recognize the box. I think we talked about this last time, but this is the same kind of box as the Taiji puzzle, and that's that one that looks like a yin and yang.
Yeah.
So you'll recognize the box from there because it's made by the same company in China. So this puzzle is made in China. It is designed by a Mr. Zhang, and I'm told that, I guess in Mandarin or Cantonese, whatever it is, Zhang is Z-H-O-N-G, is actually said Zhang. Zhang.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what Dad said. Our dad likes to kind of dabble in language a bit, so yeah, that's what he said. So it is a really hard puzzle. It's a level 10. It is 33 steps to get the first piece out. Now, you want to show some of the movement off on this?
So the first move I noticed is like you have to have the one piece forward and the two back, and then the whole thing kind of shifts over and slides over. So that's kind of why I like the swift shifts, because it shifts over, right?
And it is a really nice movement. So I think the name actually tells you a bit about the movement. It moves very easily.
Yeah.
And
once you get a bit moving, you can see kind of inside. You can see how the birds are sitting in there.
Here, hold it up a bit just so let's get it right. And I show it a little bit. Now it'll focus in. But yeah, so 33 steps to release the first piece, 71 moves total to get it apart. And essentially it's a frame with these six burr sticks going through it. And these burr sticks obviously will interact inside the puzzle. So it's a bit of a blind puzzle to start, at least. You will get, like you said, you get to see inside a bit as you move some things around. But I quite like this, and it's really heavy. Is it made out of aluminum?
Aluminum alloy, and then it's CNC machine.
Right, aluminum alloy. And it does have, you'll notice on the top of the box here, let's see if we can get this to focus in. There is some Chinese characters, and yeah, so apparently that says the puzzle designer's name. As well, it also gives you the name of the puzzle. So the name of the puzzle on here is not what we're calling it, obviously, because apparently the name of the puzzle in, I believe, Cantonese. You think it'd be Cantonese or Mandarin? I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. Whatever language it is, it doesn't translate well to English. So we had to redo that, translate it into some long sentence that didn't make sense. So yeah. We renamed it, but thanks to Wes Prickett.
Figuring out the movements, right?
Yeah, I like how easy it moves. It is very difficult. I think that's one of the beautiful things about what bird puzzles can do, is give you a lot of moves in something that's, I think, fairly small. So. Awesome. Well, that is available at puzzlemaster.ca, along with a whole bunch of other stuff. Check out our new items section, because that's where we put all the new puzzles that come in, and there is always new stuff. I'm surprised, actually, even after Christmas here, how many new things came out. I figured Christmas was kind of a natural cutoff where we wouldn't get new stuff as much. But yeah, stuff like this, Swift Shift. Check it out on our website, puzzlemaster.ca, but let's get into the online buds.
The online buzz.
Okay. Online buds. What do you want to start with, Linnea?
So my favorite is the 3D Tangram puzzle.
Okay.
So I was looking on Mechanical Puzzle Friends on Facebook, and this one...
Now that used to be Puzzle Friends, but they've recently changed the name to Mechanical Puzzle Friends. Interesting.
Yeah. So this is like a big 3D, it looked like an acrylic, I believe it was like kind of plastic see-through.
I don't know what it was. It looked like a resin, to be honest, because it was big. I was surprised. Either that or the lady showing it off had tiny little wee hands, but that puzzle looked freaking huge.
Yeah, so it was like a square essentially with
a cube.
A cube with triangle cutout pieces, and then you had to fit all those triangle shaped pieces into the cube.
Yeah. So it's designed by Miss
Chloe Gao.
Chloe Gao, yeah. And it was a post by a guy we'd never seen before. We translated his name because it was like some sort of Chinese characters. Lu Guosheng. Guosheng. But yeah, like Linnea said, it was a big resin puzzle. It was like a semi-transparent resin that you could see through. I thought they looked super cool. And then each side had a different shape. So they called it a 3D tangram, which I'm like, what does that mean? Tangram, essentially, usually you've got like flat pieces and you're trying to make different shapes on the table with like flat, like generally acrylic or wood pieces. This one had like each side of the cube was like a different tangram shape, but it was 3-dimensional. And then you had metal, I think it was metal pieces, right?
They look very, metal.
Metal pieces that you're packing into. So each side was a different puzzle, essentially, that you're packing that into. So it's a flat pack. So it packed flat on the top. And so you had, how many pieces? Do you know how many pieces it was? It looked like 6, 7, 8, something like that.
Yeah.
And you were trying to pack them into that shape. So I thought that was really cool because essentially you're going to get 6 different puzzles on this cube, and like they said, 3D tangram, which I thought was really cool. So it ended up being a 3D packing puzzle, and you get 6 different puzzles inside of this, which it got my interest, and I thought they did a really good job designing it. The video they had with it too was really cool because it was someone sitting on a thing here with all black background. They were wearing black clothes, and then they had like cut off sleeves here with no gloves on, and they'd play with it, and it looked like the arms were just floating. I thought it was really cool way they shot it because they showed off a bit of the puzzle. They had some light going through it because the puzzle, the box itself was clear or like semi-transparent with color. It was really, really neat. It got me interested, and especially because of the size. When I initially saw it, I figured this would be like a puzzle, I don't know, kind of like the size of these things, but it was definitely looked like it was, I don't know, like it was big, like a half a foot by a half a foot. It was not small. So yeah, that was interesting. Next, we looked at the Hexabox. You looked at this one a bit, hey?
Yeah, this one was by Bruno Puzzle Maker. We had mentioned him on Online Buzz quite a few episodes.
Yeah, that was that coffee one.
The coffee cups. It was a packing puzzle.
Yeah, and it had coffee cup with the pieces that kind of spun out almost, hey?
Yeah. So this one was a 3D printed one. He called it a sequential discovery one.
Right.
But you basically have to get all the sliders out of the box, and it'll open up. And
yeah. So it was a gray box with like 3 or 4 sliders.
I think it was 4. Yeah.
It was hard to tell totally what was all going on, but yeah, there was like red sliders that just kind of pulled out to each side, and you had to get them out. And then he said there was some sort of coin that released too, right?
Yeah, there was a coin that sat in one of the sliders. Yeah.
So looked interesting. Linnea found it. Where was that?
On the Mechanical Puzzle Friends as well.
Okay, cool. But this was on a different website though. I think we saw that.
Yeah, he has his own website. I think it's called Puzzle DD.
Yeah, that's right. That's what it was. Yeah. So Bruno Puzzle Maker looked interesting. I'd love to get some of the Bruno Puzzle Maker puzzles here. We have not had them at Puzzle Master, but I thought they looked interesting. This one especially. So we'll pass it along. Who knows? Maybe we will see this Hexabox here at Puzzle Master. I'd love to see that, but for now, go check it out. I believe he does have it on for sale on his site. And then last, we're talking about a YouTuber named, I had trouble with the name here, but I think it's supposed to be Braime, Braime, but instead of an A, he put a 4. So I didn't totally know how to say the name Braime, but with a 4. So whatever it is, but we watched Braime do a bunch of solves of the escape room puzzles, which have been wildly popular lately. I think especially because we're in with the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdowns and all those things, this is a way to do an escape room without actually going to a place to do it. So these escape rooms in a box, which are usually cut out of wooden plywood, and they're put together into a box shape, and you got to open the box or escape from the room. So he did, what was the escape belt? He did a bunch of escape belt puzzles. I think he did. Yeah, I did a couple ID Venture as well. Oh no, one ID Venture. I think it was the Davy Jones's Locker. And what I liked about his videos is that he did, it would kind of speed up every so often. So it wasn't a straight solve. He would kind of, during some of the more like slower parts or where he's figuring things out, he kind of speeds up the video, which I really liked the way he shot it. He had music over top of it, no talking. It was really fun to watch. I had just a great video. So watch those. I think he didn't have a lot of subscribers, but oddly enough, he had a lot of views on his videos, which I understand because they were great videos. I enjoyed watching them. I like those escape room boxes. I watched the Orbital box, which...
Yeah, that one was fun.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't... I'll say this. I still think ID Ventures boxes are a little more complex than some of the Escape Belt ones.
Yeah.
They're good, but Adventure is still the I think the premier like escape room box stuff. And I loved watching the himself, Davy Jones's locker. He actually had Nautilus on there too, if you noticed.
Oh.
He had Nautilus kind of in the corner on his shot. So maybe Nautilus coming out soon from Brame, I guess we'll call him. But go check out Brame on YouTube. Great channel, and probably a lot more coming because I enjoyed the stuff, and he needs a lot more subscribers because he has some great videos. So go subscribe to Brame's channel, watch his videos, like his videos, and yeah, check it out, Escape Room Boxes. That's the end of our online buzz. That's the end of our episode. Thank you guys for watching. Linnea, where can people go find us?
On TikTok, Instagram, on Facebook. You can go to our website and subscribe to our newsletter, and we get lots of information we send out weekly.
And like and subscribe to our channel here. We appreciate you guys watching. We appreciate your interaction on this in the comments. Linnea is usually the one commenting back and forth with you. So yeah, feel free to do that. And again, yeah, subscribe to our channel. Click the bell to get notifications when we put out new videos. Again, we always have new reviews and solutions for different puzzles, because I think that's a lot of what Puzzle Master does. We have lots of puzzles. We have lots of guys shooting reviews and videos for us as well. Check out Puzzle Insider. That's with Gregory, the Puzzle Wanderer, where he's doing a bit of like industry stuff, talking about some of the new things happening in the puzzle industry. He does some interviews. It's a new show that we have on our YouTube channel. Go check it out, Puzzle Insider. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time in episode 113 of Puzzle Time.